Hi.
All right, let's go.
Heal yard man. Yeah, yard man, don't respect. I want to I respect and love man to all Jamaica, no matter where in the world. One eye, like I own you. No matter where in this world I go, I am a Jamaican. No birth papers I have to show, cause I am a Jamaican. No
All
matter
right,
where
getting
in
set,
this
getting
world
set.
I go, I am a Jamaican. No birth papers I have to show, cause I am a Jamaican.
Different sound of
I am
Buju Banton.
Jamaican walk, them here Jamaican talk, cause I am a Jamaican. Them here Jamaican chat, them say Jamaican bop, cause I am a Jamaican.
All right, if you're jumping on
Here
to
in
what I
this
go on,
world
give me a
I
thumbs up,
go,
or
I
of
am a
course we have to do an audio check.
Jamaican.
Greetings, greetings.
I know I will have to show, cause I am a Jamaican. Them say, Lord, what a boy can run, that is a Jamaican. When they see the Rasta man from Jamaica, that is a Jamaican. Dressmaker, baker, tailor, shoemaker, market, woman in a donkey cart. Rivers and streams, fountains and mountains. In a Jamaica we have it all. Now anywhere in the world I go, I am a Jamaican. No birth papers I have to show, cause I am a Jamaican. When you hear that music I play out the door, it must be Jamaican. When you smell the food I cook when the breeze
We're getting
blow,
set, getting
got to
set.
be Jamaican. Hey, beautiful smile, God-fearing people, known across the world, yet you're so simple. So simple. Yeah, and it's not your fault that you're
All right, just a
so
few minutes late today. A
blind.
technical thing, but we're getting set.
Sweet Jamaica,
Sound of Buju Banton.
no matter when the world I go, I am a
Hey,
Jamaican.
what's up, Miss Fancy?
No ID I man need to show, cause I am a
If
Jamaican.
the audio is coming through good,
Oh,
like a
them
thumbs up,
people they laugh
heart,
so
something from
much,
you on
got
Facebook.
to be
We're
Jamaican.
getting
They
started
have
here.
overcome struggles and been through
Yeah,
so
what's up,
much,
Reverend
got to
Marlene?
be
Gotta love the
Jamaican.
Buju Banton, not true.
You're not all, you're not tough. You got to be Jamaican. Resilient and brave, industrious. Yes, we are Jamaican.
All right.
No matter anywhere in this world I go, I am a Jamaican. No ID I man have to show.
Hello,
I am
everybody,
a
all the way from the
Jamaican.
UK. Greetings,
Them say,
greetings.
Lord,
Yeah,
what a boy
already
can
Saturday in the
run,
UK.
must be a Jamaican. When they hear the reggae music from Jam Jam, got
All
to be
right, all right. I'll go
Jamaican.
cool off the Buju.
Dressmaker, baker, tailor, shoemaker, market, woman in a donkey yard, rivers and streams, mountains and mountains. Jamaica nice north.
All right. We have to big up the Buju Banton. Greetings, greetings, greetings. Welcome to Wataguan. My name is Donovan Simon. I'm the president for the Jamaican Canadian Association in Alberta. I'm based in Calgary, and Wataguan is our way of connecting to the community, talking about things that the association does, talk about things that are happening in Jamaica, in Canada, all over the world. And tonight we're actually going to talk about Jamaica reopening during this COVID-19 pandemic. We have a special guest, a friend still, but special guest from the Jamaica Tourist Board that is going to join us in a little bit to talk about some of the things that are happening. But of course, we have to start off with a special feature, right? Special feature of Wataguan is the patois phrase of the day. And today's phrase, and for the Jamaicans on the show, if you know what it means, you must put it in the comments so that others can benefit from our wonderful language. Today's patois phrase is, if you're born for hang, you can't drown. If you're born for hang, you cannot drown. So if you know what it means, right, put it in the comments so others can benefit from the beauty of the Jamaican patois. A couple of events that are coming up that I want you to be aware of and participate in. On August 1st, we're going to have another episode of Jamaican Viewpoint. We're going to talk about Jamaica's independence, and we're going to talk about some updates from the Jamaican Canadian Association, Alberta. So join David Pennant, our vice president, as he hosts another version of Jamaican Viewpoint on the 1st of August at 7 p.m. And we're going to be streaming it live again on Facebook. This is a really cool one, and I really want to talk about this one a little bit. So between August 6th and 8th, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we're going to have the first virtual Jamaican celebration across Canada. 8 Jamaican associations, all the way from Nova Scotia through to British Columbia, have collaborated to stage a virtual celebration of Jamaica's 58th year of political independence. So people from Halifax, Ottawa, Toronto, Winnipeg, Calgary, Vancouver, Oshawa, Hamilton, all over. So, talk about one of the blessings of COVID-19. The Jamaican associations across Canada have come together to put on a virtual staging of Jamaica's independence. It's going to start at various hours on each day. I think 4 o'clock on Thursday, 5 o'clock on Friday, all day on Saturday. Things for every age, things for people from all over, Jamaicans, non-Jamaicans. Check our Facebook page, check our website for additional details. We're going to be streaming live on all 3 days as we celebrate Jamaica's 50th and 58th year of political independence. One little bit of news that I want to share, and if you join Jamaican Viewpoint on the 1st of August, you're going to get more details. For the locals, the people in Calgary, we have finally gotten our building development permit from the city of Calgary. So people are asking, are we still renovating the building? When it going done? When we can rent it and all those things? We have the development permit now. The project is just about ready to go, right? So we're crossing the hurdles one by one, right? Talking about hurdles and talking about new things. The topic today is Jamaica reopening, tourism, we're ready or not, right? And the guest I have is the regional director for the Jamaica Tourist Board here in Canada, my friend Angela Bennett, right? I'm going to bring Angela on screen. Angela, you have to unmute a little bit though. Angela, greetings. How you doing?
Hey, how are you, my friend?
Well, I'll be all right, but there, take it easy. you know the phrase?
Yeah, we have to take it easy. We have to take it easy, right?
All right.
Nice and easy.
Yeah, man. So, for all of those watching, Angela is the regional director for the Jamaica Tourist Board. And I think on June 15th, the government of Jamaica finally said, okay, you know what, it's time to reopen the borders to Jamaican nationals, but also to tourists, to visitors, right? And Angela, what I wanted to get from you is, it's been about 6 weeks, maybe a little bit more now, because today is the 24th, so call it 7 weeks. What is happening? How are things going now that we have opened it up for tourism in particular?
It's first of all, thank you for having me on your show. It's really, really nice to connect with our people. And the diaspora is really doing a great job in keeping all our diaspora engaged and connected to home. We had to open our borders because this is our livelihood. This is the lifeline for Jamaica. And we have over 350,000 direct and indirect workers in tourism that is affected by this pandemic. Never in the history of our tourism have we ever come to a complete stop. No hotels, no plane flying, nothing. So you can imagine how much this hurts our economy and the livelihood of our people and our people all over the world. So when you ask open, not to open, we have to open. We have to get back to business and get the country's economy back on track. And I want to share with you a little bit just how much it has affected our economy. And if you pardon me to share this video.
Oh yeah, man, jump it up, yeah.
You know, I want to share my screen. I hope everybody's seeing this. And I want to just show everyone what we're up against. You know, when you look at how much money we've lost, annual economic loss overall, we've lost $145.6 billion US dollars. So this equivalent to about 400 million per day that the countries stop over tourism due to the destination closure. So this is real money we're talking about.
Yeah.
And as I shared with you, there's over 350,000 direct and indirect, because you do have the direct tourism worker, and then you have the partners like the manufacturing, the entertainment, retail,
farmers,
all of these people that have been affected. And we did a survey with a tourism worker, and we asked, you know, if they wanted to return to work, you know, with safe measures. And 93% said yes, they want to return to work. And we here in Canada, we've been working very closely with the air partners here. We have Air Canada that was the first out of the gate, and they started with 3 flights into Kingston and 2 flights into Montego Bay. And now we have WestJet coming out as of August 8th with 1 flight into Montego Bay. So we are working from this side to get airlift back into Jamaica, because we have to pump life back into the destination. So, you know, we are doing things in a very calculative and smart and very controlled to make sure that we protect our people in Jamaica. And to make sure that our tourists are processed in a way that we both can get back to business in a safe way.
Yeah, let's talk about the protocols, because a lot of the people that are coming in from the US. Typically, that's our largest market, and a whole heap of COVID down in the US, right?
You know,
COVID and all kinds of things. So talk to us about the protocols and how the things we're doing to ensure that them don't carry a lot of COVID down there.
No, absolutely. And you know, we have to big up our Prime Minister and our Minister of Tourism and our Minister of Health, because they have really worked hard with coming up with a very, very strong and you know, resilient set of protocols that protects us as best as we can. So for example, on the US side, where US is our main market into Jamaica, we have identified the high-risk states. And there are 4 high-risk states that we've identified, which is Florida, New York, Arizona, and Texas. And for those travelers coming to Jamaica from those high-risk areas, they have to be tested 10 days before they travel to Jamaica. And they have to upload on the Visit Jamaica site, which I think our diaspora are now familiar with, that to get into Jamaica, you have to have a travel authorization certificate, which is pretty much a risk assessment platform where we can see the traveler's profile, where they're coming from, how much they're exposed to it. And they have to upload their negative test result to this website in order to get approval to travel. So this is the barrier that protects us. And once they get to Jamaica, they're also assessed. There's a risk assessment and a pre-screening that is also done on arrival, and they're also on arrival. So, you know, there is enough plan in place to really mitigate any major spread. You will have a case that pops up here and there, and we have seen that from specifically these high-risk areas. And you know, we are trying to have control measures. First of all, when they get to their place in Jamaica, whether it be a hotel or a home, there are certain protocols that they have to follow. So you know that if for example, Canada, the Canadian situation is a little different, because we have been managing this pandemic very well, and they're not on the high risk zone right now. So
Right.
they are, however, they have to go through the risk assessment and the pre-screening exercise on arrival.
Okay.
And we have asked them to, we have created a resilience corridor in which
the safe zone, right?
Exactly, the
All
safe.
right, let's talk about that. Yeah.
In which we have identified the zone where it starts from Negril all the way to Port Antonio. We also have the corporate side of Kingston that has a resilience corridor, and just recently we
South
opened
Coast.
also the South Coast.
Right. Yeah.
So what happens in this corridor is all the sectors that are open, all hotels that are open within this corridor, they are assessed. They are assessed by the tourism development organization that is our watchdog for protocol. And they go in and assess the hotels, their emergency plan, their protocol plan, and make sure these hotels and establishments are ready with their PPE equipment, their protocols, how they handle the guests. Every hotel has a protocol station where we have a quarantine room. So if we suspect that, a guest may be establishing symptoms, they're kept in this room and they're checked, and, the authorities get involved. So these are a little bit some of the things that we do to protect our residents and also our guests, because there's over 30,000 now staff that have been trained that are all spread out across the resilient corridor in hotels. Now we are rolling out our attractions. They are all trained and they are ready. We are ready.
So let me ask, because as the pandemic is still here, the last set of numbers I saw, possibly about 40 to 50,000 tourists have already gotten into Jamaica since the 15th of June.
Yeah.
What is the tourist board looking at in terms of the future, considering the pandemic is still around? What are some of the things that we can look out to?
You see, right now we have to first of all understand that this is a new normal for a good time to come. The virus is still living among us, but our livelihoods have to continue. And so for the moment, the tourist board is trying to engage the retail travel agents to make sure that they stay connected to Jamaica. We've been doing quite a bit of activities on our social pages, like our Irie Hour every Tuesday. We have almost 150 travel agents that we're speaking to every Tuesday, keeping them abreast of what is happening in Jamaica, what they can expect in Jamaica, what is open in Jamaica. And we are speaking to our real specialists that want to sell Jamaica again. And we continue to have these engagements. From our marketing team, they are working every angle. Right now, we have a Rediscover Jamaica campaign for the local Jamaicans to come and enjoy the hotels as well. And we're going to be rolling this out to our diaspora. And I count on your support to bring this message to the diaspora, because now more than ever,
so what that means, like, talk to me about that. While you're, because I know you're doing the sharing. So if there's a special deal, because the Jamaican people, I'm still.
Absolutely, we love deals. There has to be a deal. How it is.
Is there a special deal being set up for the Jamaicans? Yes. And when we come home, do we have to go through the 14-day quarantine thing as well?
Well, for the moment, you are the diaspora is a very important part of this protocol and how we do it, because the diaspora are coming home, they're staying in their homes or in their family home. When we have this mix, we have to ensure that they do take the 14 days quarantine. It is critical, because if you have that integration into the community, it is difficult to trace where you go. And we know that our people, it's hard to keep them at bay.
Yeah, hold them down.
Hold them down. So I beg of you. And that's why we are having this Rediscover Jamaica for diaspora, because we want you to take the family down, take a break, stay in the hotels, enjoy the attractions, and have a good time in Jamaica. I know that a lot of people want to go down for funerals and weddings, more so funerals. We're seeing a lot of questions on. I would say if you're planning to go, well, once you know in Jamaica, when somebody passes, well, 3 months before we bury them, go down, stay the 14 days, and then you can go to the funeral. But please don't go down and jump into a complete open community, because you have to protect yourself as well. So you have to do the 14 days. The diaspora are also asked to test within their community where they're staying, if they're not staying in a hotel. We have set up testing centers within each parish in Jamaica. And we ask that you make the appointment and do your test there. And you have to stay quarantined at home until your test results come out. And once the tests are negative, you are allowed to go out once per day for food, for medical supply, for exercise. You are given some freedom once the results are clear.
You can't turn off location on your phone either, right? So, no. I mean, with all the things that have happened, one of the things that I'm sure that the tourist board needs to be looking at strategically is, so what's going to have to be new in the industry? What does that conversation sound like?
The conversation is a tough one. First of all, we have to bring airlift back. Without airlift, we can't bring the people to Jamaica. So the conversation right now is really with the airline partners and what kind of commitment we can expect from them for the fall into winter. Because for the immediate business, the pace is just not there to demand any flights compared to what we had last year. Right. So we have to build our airlift back. We have to make sure that we're speaking to the audience in a way that they're inspired to want to go to Jamaica. One of the critical things with Canada is, of course, there are two things that are facing us, and that is the restrictions to travel. This is still a very, very difficult hurdle to get over, because people are watching and they're following the guidelines of the government with the travel restrictions, and also the quarantine 14 days after they return to Canada. This is affecting us and affecting the conversation that we could have and how we target who we're speaking to. Now our demographics have changed, because we know that the more mature audience may be a little bit more reserved to travel right now.
Right.
So we have to change and slice and dice our demographics a little bit to more the younger audience that are more willing to travel, and how we sell Jamaica. Jamaica is safe. Or resort areas, if you look at the statistics, the concentration of even the COVID cases are more in our corporate areas, where we had the breakout with the
BPOs. Right,
exactly. So,
but the numbers still overall are very low, Angela.
They're very, very low. We're up to 810 cases in Jamaica, and only 10 deaths.
10 deaths,
This is remarkable. And we have to sell Jamaica as safe as you can be, especially with this pandemic, because this is going to be top of mind for every traveler, where they're going, how safe they are, how much of a vacation experience we can offer them in a safe way.
Right.
So,
one more thing, since we're still on the airlift, but I'm going to go. What's happening with the cruise side of the business? I mean, we used to get millions of stopovers. I mean, what's the story on that side?
Well, they're also under restrictions right now, and you know that we had closed the border to cruise ships right now. This, I think, will come further down. This conversation will come further down, because again, it is harder to control that level of traffic coming in and out without having the pre-screening done coming from a cruise ship. So this business will be a little bit more difficult to come on stream. So we have to work with the airlines. This is very, very critical, because this is where our first point of entry, and we can control and we can mitigate and we can manage the people where they go. Because from the cruise ship, it's either Ocho Rios, Falmouth, or Montego Bay, and then they go off on excursions all over the island.
Right.
Difficult to track and trace those activities.
And those numbers are big, like one ship alone bringing
over
thousands of. Right.
Exactly. And we saw also that the highest cases, the second highest cases we had were our own Jamaicans that were on the cruise ship, the repatriation Jamaicans that came back to the island. Those numbers spike. And so we have to be very careful. This is a controlled opening.
Right.
We have to make sure things work seamless and in a smart way. We are listening very carefully to our health minister, and our, we have to ensure that we are following the guidelines. The World Health Organization, we are following the guidelines from them, and they have also commented what a fantastic job Jamaica has been doing to control the pandemic. So we can't go crazy. We have to do this in a controlled way, and hopefully we will find a vaccine very soon, so that because this is the only way that I think we will.
However, I hear the Jamaicans have a certain solution. I mean, some mix-up thing like garlic and cinnamon and.
Yeah. If something is working down there.
We don't shot a bush, so we're supposed to be.
Not at all.
We should be able to offer quite a few solutions. I mean, maybe not as scientifically proven.
Yes.
So as we kind of wrap this up, the story that you want to share, or the message, I think is maybe the right word, is Jamaica is safe. We have done a fantastic job in managing the pandemic. We have opened our borders successfully, based on what we have seen over the last 7 weeks. And there is an encouragement for the Jamaicans, the Jamcans like myself, to look at Jamaica as an option to take a break, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And we'll see more of that messaging coming out and some of the deals.
Yes, all the hotels. Now is the perfect time to go to Jamaica. you get deals rock bottom. As I said, Air Canada and WestJet is flying to Jamaica. They are offering packages, or you can book directly at the hotel.
Yeah.
So they are having an amazing Rediscover Jamaica campaign on right now. And I can tell you, for the independents, there's still some space in the hotels that are open, because again, the hotels have to have the protocol certification to open. So
right.
hotels that are opening in Jamaica, they really have done the steps that they need to do. So you're going to enjoy yourself in the safest way once you get down to Jamaica. We have a campaign video that we have rolled out in Jamaica, and we're going to be rolling it out in Canada to encourage our diaspora. The country needs you now. When you stay in your home, somebody doesn't have a job because they need to stay in a hotel. So our community can go back to work. So I encourage our diaspora, stay in the hotel, enjoy the hotel, and you can spend a few days in the hotel, and if you want to, you can go to your home. You can stay in 2 different locations.
Yeah.
But support the hotels, because it supports the workers of Jamaica. They want to get back out to work. They haven't been to work for March, and we are now in July. You can imagine how the situation is in Jamaica. So we're doing everything we can from the Jamaica Tourism Board, or ministers on the road, ensuring that the product is ready, the protocols are in place. Our health minister is making sure that everything is running. They are working assiduously to have all the tests that they've taken, the results shared, because I know there's been a little bit of backlog, but they're working on that. And we're doing everything possible. So let's follow the protocols, let's stay safe, and let's enjoy our country.
All right, Angela, thank you for joining us on Watagwan. I know it's a little past your bedtime, but you still look fresh.
A couple of Blue Mountain coffee, it's looking like this at this hour, right?
Still look fresh, right? Still look fresh.
if you have the chance, we have a 45-second video that if we can share it, I'd love to share it with your audience.
Fire it over to me. No, fire it over to me because I'm not even sure.
I'll send it to you, and you send
and
it to
I'll throw it up on our social media. Right.
Good.
But thanks for touching base. Thanks for sharing this great information.
My pleasure.
And you know, for the people watching, Jamaicans and non-Jamaicans, Jamaica is safe. Take a vacation, go and hang out, and like we say, once you go, you know it's the heartbeat of Jamaica.
The heartbeat of the world.
All right, Angela. Take care.
One love.
Okay. All right, and before we wrap up Watagwan, you know, thanks to Angela for sharing some interesting information. Tourism is a big part of the Jamaican economy. Next up on Watagwan, next week you don't want to miss the show. Next week we're going to talk about Black identity from a youth perspective. And we're going to have 4 amazing youth on the show with us. We're going to have Makeba Foster, who is a representative from the Jamaica Global Diaspora Youth Council. We're going to have Danielle, we're going to have Ed, and we're going to have Kelly. And they're going to talk to us about, you know, being youth and being Black and what that means. And I think it's going to be a fantastic discussion. On August 7th, you know, just when we're also having the virtual Jamaica Independence celebration, we're going to have Sydney Warren talk about art and passion. If you have been to the Deerfoot City here in Calgary and you see the artwork called The Block, Sydney Warren was a part of that, you know, collaboration of artists to put that together. And she's going to talk to us about art and passion and, you know, what keeps her going. And on the 14th of August, we're going to talk about culture, festivals, and community. This year, we're not doing the festivals. And for the Jamaicans, Reggae Sumfest is actually going to be broadcast virtually, right? So you can look out for that. But we're going to talk with Leo, Jen, and Anne. We're going to talk about, you know, Carry Fest, Carry West, Reggae Fest, and other festivals, what they mean to us as a community, and the fact that we don't have them this year because of COVID-19, what that has done to these different festivals and how do they come back strong in 2021, right? So those are the next 3 episodes of Watagwan, right? So please share the information, join the show. And of course, before we go, the patois phrase of the day, if you're born for hang, you can't drown. So if you know what that means, put it in the comment section, right? And share it with the non-Jamaicans who always like our patois, but they don't always understand what it means. A reminder, August 1st, we're going to have Jamaican Viewpoint. So stay tuned for that. And until next week, I want to finish the show with a little, you know, can we have to do the festival thing? Here's another one. We played the Buju earlier. Here comes Sakina. All right, stay safe wherever you are. COVID is still around. All right, take it easy. We are Jamaica. We have to get along. We are Jamaica.